1963 Studebaker Champ, 3/4 ton pickup, long box, 289 V8, 4-barrel. And what I think is the coolest part about this truck is it's a factory 5-speed with overdrive. 1963, I don't really know of any other manufacturers that ran a 5-speed in a small pickup on top of overdrive. Not many of the trucks, especially the heavier duty trucks, which 3/4 ton I would venture is starting in that market. But it came from Kingman, Arizona. The guy I bought it from, he lived up in Wisconsin. He bought it about 40 years ago, 87, 88 time frame. And he drove it from Vegas, where he was doing some work, and drove it back to Wisconsin. Him and his son painted it. It was red when they got it. They painted it black. Took it apart. They wanted to put a Packard dash in it, and this is about as far as they got. So they painted it black. Not a terrible paint job, but it's been scratched a few times since then. But it's got a cool look to it. It's got this nice red oxide primer underneath it, so maybe I'll try and buff it out and make it look a little bit more faded. Also, it is a sliding glass, which is not in there. It's actually on the bench right now, but it's got a sliding glass back window. But these trucks used, I think the story goes, the bed from 60s Dodge swept lines, and so they didn't have to tool up. The Studebaker was pretty much at the end of the run by 1963. They used a Lark front cab basically, so the bed is definitely wider than, you know, the compact car of the day. Really no rust at all that I found yet. Really, really, really solid. There's a touch on this driver's side floor pan right there, but that's easily rectified. It's dirty. I'll try and get it vacuumed out, and we'll start working on this thing. The engine's stuck, so I've got some neat trick stuff I'll talk about later, but there's the engine. So hopefully we'll take the valve train apart. We'll take the rocker shafts off and just make sure, pull the push rods and make sure everything looks okay, so we don't bend anything when we try and turn it over. So I'll pull the plugs, let it sit for a week with some really good penetrating oil I got from work, and we'll go from there. But first I need to get all the mouse crap and stuff out of it. So there's definitely some remnants of mouse houses, and so we'll get this cleaned up. I've got a buddy that does upholstery work, so he'll do the interior in this truck, and we'll get the door panels done, get the seat done, headliner. Before I can put a windshield in, the headliner has to be. If you didn't know that about Studebaker Champs and you're curious, the headliner has to be put in before the windshield goes in, because it's glued right back here, which you can't really get to with the windshield in. So we'll see how all that goes later on. But there it is. There's the basic walk around. I got a truck bed full of parts that came with it, so it's time to start cleaning. While we're at it, this stuff right here is, I've had super good luck with it at work. It's made by CRC. Works really, really good as a penetrating oil. It's pretty expensive. I think it's like 25 bucks a can, but it's worked really good at work. So maybe, just maybe, it'll unstick this engine. We'll give it a go. And then this stuff comes from, I think, Kokomo, Indiana. It's called 4K, and probably the best all-purpose cleaner I've ever used. It's like Simple Green on steroids, I think, but it's really good for cleaning up really old dirty projects and stuff. So everybody know I'm by no means sponsored by anybody, but this is what we're going to use. I'm going to clean the engine bay up a little bit more with this stuff, and then try and stick the engine with this. So we'll get to it. Now we're going to start trying to unstick this thing. So just do a little disassembly. This is the first time I'm pulling the valve covers off. They're loose, so looks like somebody may have done this before I did. Hopefully everything's intact. Pretty good. Not too sludgy at all. Teflon pent out. Valves. Valve train is probably the issue. We can pull the plugs and go ahead and start that. They're loose too. So somebody may have indeed already. I'm not sure exactly what they did for work on this thing, but it's kind of oily like. Somebody may have sprayed some stuff, but they don't have Teflon. We'll leave those out. Yep, somebody's definitely already tried this trick before. Looks pretty normal. So I think these 289s are basically shrunk down Cadillac engines. So I got some Cadillac engineers to help them make this engine towards the end of their run. Great. Hopefully we don't have any stuck valves. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully will be the first and only attempt it takes to unstick this thing. I've been soaking it all week. It's certainly not going to kick right over by hand, but I'm soaking it with that. And I got some tools here to go ahead and try and give her an unstick. So I'm going to take this belt off, take the fan off so I can get that pulley a little bit better. So, alternator bracket, she's got to come off. slipping. Snag my electric ratchet from work, but gotta do it the old-fashioned way. No dice. So, take this pulley off. Nice wide valley makes for a great tool over there. Don't be short. No. Boy, I really hope I can get this thing unstuck. Where's that? Trace this pulley out on a piece of sheet metal and weld a 1/2-inch socket to it. I'll have to do that at work next week. The last Studebaker I tried to unstick, I just stripped the head out on this. It's so thin. So, thinking that ain't gonna work for us. No, that ain't gonna work. Great. Nope. Oh, water pump is definitely no bueno. So we're gonna need a water pump for it. Add it to the list. So I've got the pedal disconnected already. I'm gonna try and get, I do believe this is the emergency brake actuator, so that'll be neat. I guess on this truck what the prior owner told me was it's electric, so I think that's what this is right here. So I've already got it disconnected from the pedal. I have no idea how much brake fluid, if any, is in it. That switch out, the pressure switch. So I'm not even worried about draining it or anything. And I'll get it disconnected. Brake fluid everywhere because that stuff is no bueno. Especially I mean it painted. That feels not good. Oh yeah, you can see she's been leaking quite some time, so no more. We'll get the whatever that thing is on the bottom of the brakes, get that off. Here's your fun fact of the day. There is no retaining clip or anything in there, so you don't actually have to disconnect this from the pedal, which is good because it is a pain in the butt to get this to come out. Looks like they're pretty similar. This one's got a pink piston, so you know it's good. High performance. I'm not gonna bench bleed it. I'll just run a vacuum through everything and then I'll do it the old-fashioned way a couple times. That's fine for me. I don't really get too bent out of shape to bench bleed things, so. But you do not need to take that off of the pedal. So go ahead, this is a new boot. Get it nice and dirty. You can paint these if you want, but yeah, it's just something to think of. If you don't have a pair of these pliers, you really need to get some, because they're awesome. Switch, it just hasn't arrived yet. Could test it, but they're so cheap, may as well just get them one. I'll clean this up with some brake clean. See what else. Great idea to put on a single point master. Probably would have been good to put a dual point, but my dad kind of likes the original stuff, so we'll set it how it was. They drove them for years with just a single point, so there they are. Rock auto for like 40 bucks or something ridiculous. And there's no point messing around with that old one. No point. I may throw it on the shelf for a core. Should they ever stop making them, maybe I'll rebuild it. Probably not. Probably just be another piece of junk laying around. It's good. It's pumping through. Like I said, I'm not gonna bench bleed it. I've never done that before. It kind of doubles the mess. Just get brake fluid on the workbench and then the vise, and just such me. So I could, but I'm not going to. So let's get this put on the truck. I guess we're gonna put the boot on after we install it, because it won't fit through that hole right there. Oh, looks like this might fit. I ain't even gonna worry about blowing the line out yet until I get the old soft lines disconnected. Looks like this water pump's leaking even worse now, so it may be time to just bite the bullet, drain it, make a mess, and get it over with. Antifreeze is draining. Time to get on into this I don't want to play really, but off the manual for the first time. See what's going on with this. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh, the shoes look great. The drum's a little crusty, but that can be cleaned up. The wheel seal looks like it might be a little leaky, so we may put a set of wheel seals in this. It's an interesting looking wheel cylinder. Only has one end on it, but the shoes, ton of life. Drum, ton of life. It's a little dirty, a little rusty, but that can all be cleaned up. This looks pretty good actually. Hopefully the wheel cylinders I got are the right ones, because I'm not feeling so good about it. Well, wheel cylinder I got's the wrong one. So, I reckon I'll take it out, see what I can come up with here. This is a neat design. Yep, So, time to get the wheel cylinder out. So I got it cleaned up a little bit. I don't know if you can really see that, but FE3560 is the wheel cylinder. And, you know, she's a little crusted. Probably could be cleaned up, but I'll see if I can't find a cheap one on the old interwebs or something. But, yeah, I kind of figured the Studebaker being such an oddball, I probably was going to run into ordering the wrong parts, but it's just the way it goes. My luck, but, you know, that's what happens with these old brake systems, though. It just turns to who knows what that is, so I wasn't even going to mess with it or try and bleed the brakes or anything like that, because that boy wasn't going to last long anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the seat right there.
Yep, got the cover pulled off the seat, gonna power wash that. There's a couple of small surface rust areas where the mice decided to use the seat as a latrine. So get that cleaned out. I'm gonna treat it with some, probably that Eastwood rust encapsulator I've heard so much about.
That's an awesome, I like this little crisscross deal here.
Yep. And then once that's done, once that's washed, it's off to the upholstery man. I've got door cards being made for the sides. Those will go off to the upholstery man, and then the dash is going to have to go out and get painted once I get the material in, and I can kind of get a close color to match the interior, because I think it's going to be a really cool looking interior when it's done.
Are we going with red?
No, green and black, dark green and black.
Ooh.
Trying to make it look a little bit fancier than plain. Because Studebaker offered a deluxe cab.
Medium plain.
Yeah, which had pleated seats, and I don't know if my dad knows this or not, but it's going to get a radio, because it doesn't have one in it now, but it'll get a radio.
You need a radio.
So we'll get Laguna Vintage Sound, makes a really cool radio. That
I've seen those before, those are sweet.
That fits in, you know, the old style dashes, so we don't have to cut the dash up or anything like that. We'll drill some holes when we get the new door cards in. We'll drill some holes for some speakers, and then they can go off. We'll probably put the speakers in here. I don't know anything about radios or stereo systems. Maybe there's a nice speaker that could fit nicely.
Yeah.
I don't know if that exists or not, but we could probably put one in here, and then
I was gonna say, because the glass might come down, but it's already down.
It's already down.
It's already,
It's all
you
the
got
way.
all this room here.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So my dad and I are very similar when it comes to radio requirements, and it isn't much.
Yeah.
As long as we can listen to our talk radio, we're usually pretty happy. Speedo came in, so we've got that.
Sweet.
Ernie sent that to us. And pretty soon it'll be time to pull the gas tank. Once the engine frees up, we'll pull the gas tank. We'll try and get it to run off of a fuel bag, but I'm really hoping that we don't need to put a transplant engine in it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the original engine, but it would be a lot less work if I had to
Oh, for sure.
just leave that one in there. So Graham, the interior man's gonna do the headliner. He's gonna do the dash pad, the door panels.
That's awesome. We need to get him. We need to get him on camera, because that dude is talented too, from what I hear.
Yeah, so
Ooh, look at that. That's cool.
Yep, there's the serial number.
That was a neat trick.
Prior aircraft mechanic, I got a lot of tricks with cockpits. Oh yeah, great life left in them bad boys. Don't even really see a little bit of wheel seal failure, but we'll just order a couple of those and put them on. They're probably gonna be like $6. It looks good. Shoes look good.
Thanks, man.
And there we go. Oh no. Oh no, the line ended.
It's not independent of the
parts.
Got fused together.
No.
Uh-oh.
Make us new brake lines.
We have positive crackage.
No, but fuse right here, so.
Some more juice on it.
Looks alright. Until, boom. Wow. Ain't even worth trying to bleed that sucker.
Is it the same one as the other side or the different?
No, it should be a left and a right on these because they only have one side on it that pushes, which is odd to me. I've never seen that before, but I guess they used it on Ford pickups, on F-250s, Internationals of the same era. So, I mean, I guess they're out there, they're common, they're not too expensive.
FE3561. FE-3561. And this is your FE3560. So you got a 60 and a 61 on your fronts. Yeah, boy, this one's really
kicked.
Really not good. Wheel cylinders are so cheap. Unless you can't find a rebuild kit or a new wheel cylinder, it's not even worth rebuilding them, honestly. I mean, unless you can't find a new one. If you can only get a kit, then I guess. But the thing to do with these is definitely to send them out, have them put a stainless sleeve in it, and send them back to you. I know there's a place in Fort Wayne that does it. I'm sure they're all over the country that'll do it. So.
You're not even holding it in the right spot.
I'm sorry.
That's fused on there. There we go.
Yes. See movement.
I've got new clips for these, so as long as it comes off, we'll be good. Boom. There, now, hopefully. Yeah, here we go.
There you go.
So let this sit for a couple days, probably, before I try and loosen that, because the brake line actually looks to be in really good shape.
Yeah.
Except for it's real common for these to get fused up like this. Now it'll be time to start tearing into the back, and I'm pretty sure these ones you have to slide the axles out, so that'll be great. Almost certain I'll probably get the manual out and try and find out the way to do this. I'm pretty sure to get the drum off, you have to unbolt this, slide the axle out, and I'm really hoping you don't have to pull out any clips or anything inside the diff. Oh yeah, but we may. I'm not sure, but definitely gonna replace the wheel cylinders, check the brakes. May as well. So this is the Chevy wheel that they put on. Oh, there. See, they torched it out. Yeah. I'm sure that's not great for your balancing situation.
Probably not structurally safe either.
Well, probably not. So this brake line doesn't look the greatest. We're gonna get into those really nice manuals that we just got.
We got some manuals?
Oh yeah, really nice reproduction. They are really nice. I feel kind of bad getting them dirty. That's the way it goes.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah, so I think I may have the name of the company that bought them. They're really, really nicely done.
Cooling system, clutch linkage, clutch. Look at that. Everything's here. Faxton Auto Literature.
MGA, Corvettes, four-wheel drive, NAPCO manuals, 62, 63, 64 only Studebaker shop manual, Volkswagen vans. They've got them on CDs and they got the paper copies, which I like the paper copies.
Yeah.
Because I don't like technology much, but Jeeps and these manuals. If the rest of them look this good, I mean, really, really nicely done. These are two really big manuals, and I bought them for $49 for both of those.
Deal.
I mean, you can't
Beat that.
beat it. Dana 60, or is that an 80? That's an 80. So it's a Dana 80. I'm pretty sure. Could be wrong. Oh, it even has the tag. Maybe it'll tell us the gear ratio. I'll have to clean that up with a wire brush and get back to you. 45B. So that is not the gear ratio. Oh, here? This would be the gear ratio. Ooh, she's got the 410s. She's got the stump pullers.
Nice.
That was a Dana 80 with 410s.
Nice.
Top speed, 12.5 miles an hour.
All the point power you need.
45. Ooh, I think she's got the twin traction differential because we've got the 45 tag, I think.
That's awesome. It's like we're back in school again.
Except this is stuff I actually want to know about.
We can go to recess whenever we feel like it.
Ain't that the truth? And we can drink as much soda as we want.
That's right. Because we're responsible adults.
I think that's what we have to do here. So rear brakes. I think this is the same as what we got, basically. Loosen the rear wheel nut stud nuts, raise the truck and complete removal of the wheel. Remove the axle shaft flange nuts, washers, and dowels, and remove the axle shafts. Great. I think we need a bigger hammer is what we need. I know. I should have a rosebud, but I don't.
It smells nice. There it is. See the juice.
Need it a little.
It just needed a little warmth in its life. Don't we all?
Pretty good.
Juicy.
So I have to order a socket for that. I don't have one that big. I definitely should have done some homework and figure out what I need to do. But just trying to make some videos.
Yeah.
You know what they say about videos? They killed the radio star.